So I was driving in the car the other day. Oh my gosh, my hair is like a mess. I was driving in the car the other day. I was listening to talk radio, and they were talking about something coming up in, I think, in Congress, maybe, regards to voter ID, having an ID for vote. And I thought, why are they wasting time on that? This is like my 39th move. And every time I move, first thing I do is get my ID. And I go to the library, I get a library card, and I make sure that I'm all, that everybody knows where I am. I just don't see it to be a problem. I mean, people ask me for my ID for the dumbest things, but I give it to them because this way it's safer for everybody, if they know who you are. And I couldn't, I was thinking to myself, gosh, if I wanted to get on a cruise boat, I have to have an ID. And I go to the doctor's office and they ask me for an ID. And if I sometimes go to pick up prescriptions, they ask me for an ID. So I make sure my ID is up to date. What's the deal? Why are they spending time talking about that? I just don't understand the world today. Well, I understand. I really know what's going on. However, this time I got a license. I went to the Tennessee Transportation Bureau. I walked in and there were 250 people sitting there. I said to the guy, are all these people waiting to get their license? Because I know there's an influx of people moving into Nashville. And he goes, no, they're waiting for visas, but you're going to have to wait in line behind them. And I'm like, I just want my license. I just want to get a driver's license. He said, too bad. He said, it's going to take about 8 hours. So find a seat. I said, I got to work. And he goes, well, I'm sorry, but that's about the time that it's taking it. And if you don't get picked, then you have to come back next day. I said, forget it. So I went home and I talked to a couple friends about it. And some lady said to me, why don't you just go to another town? It's a state license. Go to a small town and get it. So I went like 35 miles out of my way and I got my license in a couple hours. So um, I still had to wait there. But and while I was there, this was really killed me. I went to the woman's bathroom and there was this couple. I know they were from Brazil, probably, or Argentina, maybe. I forget, but they were from South America for sure. And the man and the woman were in the ladies' bathroom changing the baby's diaper. And so he said, "Oh, just go ahead." And I'm like, "I don't think so." Um, I didn't get to go to the bathroom, so I headed home and I had to make sure I made it all the way. But yeah, it's crazy stuff today. I don't get the license thing. We should just have a license or an ID for all the things that we still have an ID for, and one of them is voting. I mean, I think that makes total sense. So cut out the waste of time. If I was in Congress, I would just, scream and say, look, forget this. We've been doing it. It works. It's important. So move on. Let's work about on the homeless people because that really gets to my heart watching them struggle and they could be getting funds that we're giving in other places. So that's just my opinion.